This never happened to the other fella.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Playcon. This is here, Matty Violent. That's Kevin over there. He hasn't seen the movie, but he's there. We can't edit him out because we don't have green screen.
So you'd be able to edit him out with green screen anyway, unless he was wearing all green.
True. So we're here again today to talk about another Bond movie. This time it's the George Lazenby one-off, since obviously he only had one movie, so we couldn't do a roulette like we plan on doing with Senor Moore, and Timothy Dalton has two, so we're gonna just flip a coin for that.
Is that the next one?
No, Roger Moore's
Moore's
first,
next,
then Timothy.
Why don't we do it with the box sets too? Just go out of order, just fuck any sort of order.
Yeah, those Ultimate Bond box sets, volumes 1 through 4. Too bad they didn't come in an actual order.
Well, you know what? No, you know why they did that? Because they knew that you would, if you wanted one Bond, you just buy that one box set. Fortunately, they got your ass because they're like, yeah, no, you gotta like order all of them.
Well, so today we're doing Honor Majesty Secret Service, doing a little overview / review on it. Also to see his take on it, since he's not a real Bond, big Bond fan. Plus, he makes fun of them all the time, roughly. So, let's get started.
I don't want to talk. I want to die. Sorry, wrong. That's emo Blofeld, or emo Gold member, Goldfinger. It's like, no, Bond, I don't expect us to talk. I expect me to die.
So he's got a little allergy, cold thing in my throat.
No, it's right now. It's just my fucking throat, because the shit that's coming from my allergies is just
So we say forgive us for that.
I think it makes my voice sound a little smoother, a little more. He's in a little more gravitas.
He's got that gravitas. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start kind of like we did with Dr. No. Start from the beginning. Try not to screw it up a little bit like I did, kind of, because I did kind of forget the very first beginning of Dr. No was the Three Blind Mice. Instead of jumping,
that movie, actually.
Instead of jumping right into the casino and the introduction to it.
Hey man, not gonna lie, it was kind of nice to correct you on Bond stuff.
So for Honor Majesty Secret Service, obviously they're looking for Bond.
Yeah.
Then they find Bond. Well, they don't find Bond. But
you go to another fucking casino.
We find him. Well, this is before the casino, because this is before the pre-title sequence. So we find him driving in an Aston Martin, obviously. So what did you think about the reveal, or the intro to that, where they just have him all in black? You just see him shadowed. You just see him light the cigarette, and then we get to the beach when. I don't know.
Passes. It's not like it's a huge surprise on who it is. It's fucking Bond. I mean, it's not like. I don't know. Just didn't make the shot. Didn't make sense. I know it's supposed to be who's the new Bond, but I mean, they were advertising who the new Bond was. I'm sure. So why you chose to do that is beyond me. Unless that shot was with Sean Connery, and then after that shit, I quit.
So obviously, he saves Tracy from
killing
herself because
she's
of
doing
husband.
The whole walking into the water to die thing.
So what did you think about that whole sequence, especially the fighting and stuff? Because obviously,
were those guys already there with her as her bodyguards?
No, I think they came up behind them. I guess they were tracking her, probably, because later on it turns out that they're her dad's.
Yeah, they're her dad's henchmen. So that's why I was like, are they her bodyguards? Because
maybe
he goes to save her, and then they just start attacking the shit out of him. All right, you guys obviously suck at whatever job you have. Supposed to protect her. He's the one saving. Then you try to kill the guy who saved her.
I know the one part that you laughed at was when she stole Bond's car just to get to her
car. What the fuck? Seriously, she literally run. I swear to God, it would have been the same, geometry, folks. It would have been the same amount of space traveled to run to her car. And actually, probably would have been more time efficient to run to her car. Because you gotta understand. Like, she runs to his car, which is about the same distance from her car.
Right.
Gets in the car, has to start the car, then drives it to her car. So you're going in like a triangle. Like, you know, like, what the fuck? Just get to your car. Or just steal his car. But I get it. She had a sweet ride. I'd say it was better than an Aston Martin, but it was a sweet ride.
So, also, what's interesting about this Bond, too, obviously, after that, they go to the casino. That's where we see Tracy in the Fool again and stuff like that before the title sequence.
And it kind of feels like they're trying to reboot it because it feels like that same... It feels almost identical to the scene in Dr. No Little with the same chips, same cards.
Okay, I was going to say, because also the title sequence, if you... look,
it shows a bunch of different stuff from other Bond movies, but it doesn't show Bond. It don't show Bond. They're just like, here's Dr. No, here's the other villains, here's the chicks he's banged, no Sean Connery.
It was also instrumental, just like Dr. No was just instrumental, which was the Bond theme.
Yeah. So we're like, right now, did any of the other...
Yes, From Russia with Love had a theme from Russia.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that, yeah.
And then you also had Thunderball, Goldfinger, then Thunderball. He's a man with a Midas touch, and then like Thunderball. So, sorry, I'm just trying to turn on my TV and just give us a little bit more background light, since I don't have lights. But, yeah, so just like Dr. No, how it was just instrumental, this was also just instrumental. And like you said, it showed like kind of like a reboot, trying to do like a reboot thing, showing all the...
Yeah, they're like pretty much like, who the fuck shot Connery? We don't know that. Jason Lazenby's always been Bond. We don't know who the fuck you are. Who's Sean Connery? I don't see really 8 movies. What 8 movies? Only been 1.
So, then obviously, we meet her father.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, the casino, you get the henchmen, then the henchmen pretty much take...
Yeah, the one giant henchman, like, beats the shit. Bond beats the... Well, he gets the shit kicked out of him, too. They beat the shit out of each other. Then him and Tracy... Like, he basically pays Tracy to have sex with him.
Well, because he gave her money to pay her debt.
Yeah. And then she steals his gun... And then pays him back for the gun, and he's like, bearded fool, like, okay. Weirdos. So, yeah, I mean, it was like prostitution and gun running. Mm-hmm. Isn't that both illegal activities? Especially for an MI6 agent, I think that's kind of like...
Well, I mean, they have a license to kill.
Not a license to bang prostitutes and fucking steal or buy guns?
Whatever means necessary to complete the mission.
Yeah, I guess. That's not necessary. You didn't have to bang her. Mind you, I'm going to get into this, because you know how I feel. I mean, like, I don't mind this James Bond as much as I did when we were watching the movie, but my God, he still is the most perverted Bond, I think. Like, God, he tried to bang everything that moved.
Well, not to mention when we meet the father, he tries to pay Bond to marry her.
Oh, the Ra's al Ghul. Yes. Or Roz, or whatever you want to say it. It's said differently.
Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul.
But yeah, basically, so you meet her dad, who's the head of an organization, and works for Spectre.
No, he doesn't work for Spectre.
That's what it said.
No, he works his own thing against Spectre.
Oh, he's okay. So he's like,
he's almost as big as Spectre.
The friend of my enemy is, or an enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Pretty much.
Okay. But I mean, not necessarily either, because James Bond doesn't really seem to have any quarrels with him. They seem to kind of get along.
Mm-hmm. That cat, his name is Kyrie, everybody. She just wants some loving, even though she's just going to run away. I got lots of cats. This over here, Fluff, that you can see here, ladies and germs, is also Mary Jane. She's my other kitty.
So, he goes and meets the father. The father's like, hey, man, I want you to be the head of my empire. Marry my daughter.
£1 million I will give you.
Yeah, £1 million. Back then, that's a lot of money, I would think. So, James Bond's just like, man, you can't pay me to sleep with your daughter. At this point, I don't think he knows Tracy is the daughter, though, right? That didn't come out just yet. Did it?
No, he did, because he told her. The dad told her.
Oh, yeah, he's like, that's my daughter. Like, oh, shit, okay. So then you find out Tracy's his daughter, and then, like, Bond and him have this weird... They're not, like, enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
No, they're not.
He's more just like he's one of those. He's like an anti-hero,
Right.
you know.
Definitely, because he does help Bond.
Yeah, and he does help
later on.
MI6 if he has to. Like, I think it's probably more like a beneficiary thing. And, like, you know, if Bond is the head of his organization, is working with MI6 or has connections to MI6, then you're unbeatable. You can take out Spectre. I think so. Like, he tries to sell off Tracy. Then what's the next is like the lunch scene, right? Like,
yeah, that's where he's talking more about it to like introducing themselves to Tracy and stuff, which ironically is at, I think it's close to the horse race that they're at, or dog race, can't recall.
Yeah, they're at, no, I think it's a horse race.
And then of course that's where M and everybody else is too, is getting information. I think might be wrong. I might be thinking about the very end too.
But folks, if you're if you're a spy in the UK, or even here, maybe just go to horse races.
He did go to they did show M's office. Now I remember where he got his mission to, because they wanted him to not investigate Blofeld anymore.
Oh yeah, he pretty much. And then he goes out to Moneypenny. He's like, I fucking resign. Put this down. I resign.
Yep.
So Moneypenny puts down, like, she writes a letter and sends it off. He goes to his office and he packs stuff up. Cool part there is they show a bunch of old. I only recognize the dagger.
Yeah, they have the
Honey Rider's dagger.
Thunderball, mouthpiece,
the watch
the dagger,
that he provides people.
the watch that I think is probably from either from Russia with Love
I'm
or
gonna say it's from that one.
Goldfinger. Can't recall. And then it turns out that she didn't write an actual resignation letter just for him to have some leave.
Well, hold on, you're forgetting the joke there though. When he's in his office, he's packing, and she calls, or he calls. He's like, "It's accepted." Like, Bond's like, "Damn, dude, I didn't think he's actually gonna fire me. I was just like, you know, I was just playing around, see what he would do."
Yeah, I guess he went to the office and got more confirmation, and it's like, he didn't even fight for me, essentially. And
basically, Moneypenny sent him, it was a 2 weeks leave notice, not a resignation notice. And then, you know, M thanks Moneypenny. Like, what would I do without you?
Yeah.
You know, because same thing Bond
did too.
Yeah. You know, and then, like, he goes, and that's when he goes to the race, actually. That's when he goes to the race, because that's part, he's not supposed to be working on it, but he's still working on it.
Yeah, that's when he goes to the luncheon and then they meet Tracy, and his dad everybody meets and have, like, a little lunch.
Yeah, and Tracy's like, oh, all he wants is information, blah, 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 don't marry, you know. He doesn't want me, just give him the information.
Right.
So, she gives Bond the information, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, fine, see, now you don't need to fucking worry about me as a bargaining chip, whatever. She takes off.
Mm-hmm.
And he follows.
Then I guess
this is the weirdest thing. Like, I've never seen a one-night stand turn into, like, fucking, I guess this is supposed to be love at first sight with Bond and her.
Well, it's supposed to be several days. Like, obviously, you can't really do several days in a 2-hour movie.
Well, no, I mean, like, even then, like, they didn't see each other since the one-night stand at the hotel room.
True, but then they followed, once he followed her, that's when, like, the whole, like, they getting to know each other.
It shows a montage of them dating.
Yeah.
They're riding horses on the beach and shit like that.
Yeah, they're essentially dating, kind of. I use dating in air quotes.
They in the montage got weird, though, and, like, they tied a dude down, and they were, like, looked like they were interrogating him and started beating him with stuff. And they were laughing about it, drinking wine. I don't know, it was weird.
Well, the big reason why I use the air quotes is because when we go to the Blofeld's lair with all the girls there.
Yeah, the allergy sufferers.
And this is where Matt always said he's like one of the most pervious.
Dude, the guy bangs 2 chicks or 3 chicks in one night. Like, while he's supposedly in love in a relationship with Tracy. Like, not only did you just cheat on your... Like, give that away. Not only did you just cheat on Tracy, who you're in a relationship with now, that you made a huge thing about being in a relationship with, now you're just going to cheat on her. Like, what the fuck is that? That's bullshit. James Bond. This guy was like... Everything about him was like perverted. He was always cracking these like perverted jokes and stuff like that. Turns out the guy he was supposed to be playing, because this is where we get back to that, they come up with an idea to meet Blofeld, and that's him taking over as the guy is like a genealogist.
Yeah,
He's a genealogist.
Genealogist, yeah.
So his job is to look for bloodlines and stuff like that. So they put it to where Bond takes over as him, because he's got he's got a meeting with somebody named like What the fuck?
It's Blofeld, but in a different language.
Name. Yeah, it's a different name.
Different language. But yes. And a lot of people talk about how, because it's heavily dubbed for this next part when he actually gets to the place.
For most of the movie, it's actually dubbed.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look bad. It was actually decent for the time, but I couldn't tell it was dubbed. I thought he was actually doing the.
Yeah, because it was still in the 60s, if I recall. I think it's 68, because I want to say not Thunderball, but Diamonds Are Forever was 69, because Live and Let Die, I believe, is 70, which I think you actually have Live and Let Die. No, not on this one. But, yeah. I'll fact check that real quick.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still, like, for the time, still...
And, of course, that's where, obviously, they kind of find out who Bond is, of course, after...
Yeah, after he... Okay, the guy he's supposed to, like, he didn't do research, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Because the genealogist is gay. He's a homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But...
69.
But... He literally left the room like he wasn't supposed to seduce other women, or seduce a woman.
Yeah, because, I mean, at the dinner table, she wrote her room number on his leg.
Yeah! Which, as I said when we were watching, she's a better spy than he is. He didn't know that's what she was doing.
Yep.
Just damn, like, alright, cool. MI6 should have hired her instead of him. Then he gets back to his room after banging her. After he gives us this whole line, like, I don't like women.
Yeah, because this is where he finds out how Blofeld's actually...
Yeah. The fucking weird shit trip gets all trippy, like they're on LSD and shit. And Blofeld's putting these, like, audio tapes and stuff in to different slots to basically cure their allergies.
Yeah, obviously, like, brainwash or hypnotic, I guess is what it is. Hypnosis is sense.
It's hypnosis, yeah. And then, so he gets back to his room. He gets seduced by a chick that broke into his room. And then, that's time number 2. And then he goes back out.
Well, this is the next, the following night or something.
Because then this is when the dude gets... No, not yet. Never mind. That didn't happen yet. Yeah, it is. When they're doing the curling thing for breakfast.
That's the next day. They're doing the curling thing for breakfast. And then that night is when Blofeld's henchwoman kind of hides in that one lady.
Yeah, Frau.
Yeah, she hides in that lady's bed, and it turns out that
bashes him in the head with, I think, a phone or something, knocks him out. And then you find out, I mean, the guy that was following Bond, which you kind of already knew was one of his allies, because he sends him... Oh, we didn't even mention the bank heist. Well, not bank heist, but the lawyer heist in the room to find out if Blofeld...
Oh, yeah.
So during that scene, you find out that there's a guy following, obviously, to help him out.
Mm-hmm.
He climbs up the mountain to make sure Bond's okay, and pretty much gets executed. You don't see it happen on screen.
Right.
They're taking him to the lift, and he's going to go back down, and that's it. You think he's good, and blah, blah. So the next day, when he gets knocked out, he wakes up. They pretty much just like, yeah, man, we know who you are. There's this really tense, like, meeting with Blofeld, and I gotta say, like, the actor that plays him in this comes off as a creepy motherfucker. Not Bond, but Blofeld.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a tense man. That was more tense than the Dr. No one.
He also played in the Muppet movie, so.
Oh shit, that's where I probably know him from. But, so, Blofeld and him, he's like, I know who you are, Bond, blah, 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 blah. After this cat and mouse game's over, they basically take him down this corridor, and then, you see the fucking corpse of the dude that's supposed to help them, that they were just supposed to escort down the mountain, hanging from, like, the cliff.
Yep.
Like, they'll find him, blah, 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 and they'll just, it's amazing how many people go missing. And he's like, it's pretty much decoration for the tourists, like,
yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up. Because that's what Mount Everest is littered with bodies, because they can't remove them, so they're just there. So it's kind of weird that he said that, because it's what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like how they want it to be.
And they throw him into the inner workings of the building.
Well, it's
the lift.
It's
the
lifted
lift,
organs, but it's also like a straight shot down.
Okay, but where they throw him is not a straight shot down. It's like he's got room to move around.
Yeah.
How dumb are you as a master villain to be like, you just throw him in the inner workings where like gears are. He won't find a way out. Okay.
I wonder if it was different in the books, though. That's one thing. I know they tried to make it more like the book in this as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd think that these people would be like, hey, maybe we should restrain Bond. Remove him, just make him completely naked. Cavity search the asshole. I mean, that sounded wrong. But realistically, yes, cavity search Bond. Make sure he's got nothing on him. Then strap him naked to something with metal and, like, you know, he's not getting out if he has nothing on him. They always leave him, like, fully clothed with his watches and shit. Like, why?
Well, because he does get out, obviously.
Yeah, he gets out. He climbs through it. Like, it's a cool scene, actually. It's not a bad. It's a really well done scene. And then, you know, he gets to. They're doing like some sort of ski festival. Mm-hmm. Apparently, find out Tracy's been following him because this is the first time I think I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, after he got off the mountain, yeah, when they're shooting him with the guns and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, after a ski scene.
Yep. Ski down the mountain.
There's like 3 ski fighting scenes in this fucking movie.
No, I think there's only 2.
No, well, two's more than enough. But because he's escaping the place. It gets the point.
Yeah, because of near the end when they're rushing the place because they do the bobsled.
But not even the bobsled, but him and Tracy have a moment where they're getting away from the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So there are 3.
So there are 3.
So at this point in time, this is the first time I've ever seen Bond look like nervous and scared. Like he's like, "Fuck, man, I'm screwed." Mm-hmm. You know, and like he thinks he's done for. And then you find out Tracy's been following him, saves the day. They drive off. They end up like getting into a chase, and then crashing into a barn, or hiding in a barn.
Well, hiding in a barn, and then of course it starts to blizzard.
Yeah, it starts to blizzard. So they hide in the barn. They of course have sex because it's Bond. Just gotta have his sex.
Well, I mean, at first they were gonna play like they weren't. Like you saw him, like you thought, oh, he's actually being good.
And then he kicks the dickbag kicks the waits till she's all comfortable and sleeping almost, and then kicks the fucking bed out from underneath her. She rolls over on top of him, like, oh yeah, you piece of shit. He's like, I don't know, he's really slimy in this one. Like he's like, I banged 3 chicks on the mountain, didn't take a shower, and then he bangs this other chick and then proposes to her.
Well,
yes, he does.
He probably took a shower. They just can't show him taking a shower each time.
Why? They show every other Bond taking showers and shit.
No. Well,
yeah. There was no. He banged 3 chicks. You knew he was gonna bang that big German lady too. He was just waiting for his opportunity.
He just wanted head from that one. You know, big chick's better head. You know, that's the rule.
Oh, it's Kevin again.
So he proposes to her, so it must have been really good. Because literally, this is their second date, right? First time having sex together.
Well, technically,
we're not going to consider it a date. Not even a date.
The montage is supposed to be several dates.
So
I mean, that's what they're hinting.
The first time he bangs this chick, he's like, "Marry me, we can live in this barn."
Technically, it's the second time. Remember?
No, whatever. He's still like twice. Okay, it's got to be really. It's got to be really fucking good if it's like, marry me after 2 times. Like,
you remember he paid for.
And we're talking about James Bond. We're talking about. Oh yeah, he paid for the first time. Man, see?
What a whore.
He's a whore.
What a whore.
But, so he proposes.
Like, we could live in this barn. I wonder how much they want for this barn.
I don't care how many dudes have bought the pussy. I want to keep this one.
Well, no, she wasn't a prostitute. He just made her a prostitute by, like, being Bond, basically.
And, of course...
Kept his pimp hand strong.
And then, of course, you get, after the blizzard, you get the chase scene, and
you get another fucking ski chase scene,
but with an avalanche.
Yeah, with the avalanche,
which is how they capture Tracy and Bond again. Well, they think Bond might be dead,
think Bond's dead. Yeah, like they capture Tracy. They didn't even he's right there with her, and then Bond, like they're literally on the outskirt, just barely pinned with the snow. I thought that was kind of funny, and it's not like even sitcoms have it better. Like the 80s and 90s sitcoms have it better.
Right.
Because at least they're buried under snow, you know? You ever seen the sitcoms where it's always, we're going to go to a ski trip, there's always an avalanche?
They get it better, though, in later Bond. Especially on, And the World Is Not Enough. I don't know if you'll be watching that one, but there's another avalanche and that actually covers them all up. Which you'll...
So they grab Tracy, and a good villain would have literally just put 2 in fucking Bond's head and just... Yeah, but none of them checked. They're just like, he's dead, just grab the girl. So they grab the girl.
I mean, that's what they were told to do.
Yeah, I know. But, you could have maybe gotten a fucking Christmas bonus,
True.
I shot him twice in the head. Blofeld had been like, yeah, I know he's dead. Here's a Christmas bonus. I hope your kids like their toys. So then we get to this part where like Bond's like literally trying to ask everybody for help. Not, like MI6 won't help him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, shit, what do I do? Why did you try asking her fucking dad? No. Oh, that's the first person you should have gone to.
Well, I guess he wanted MI6 because they could have done an army. But obviously his dad...
Her dad had a fucking army.
Yeah, her dad had a decent-sized little thing, too.
So, they're flying we finally get it to where they're flying the helicopters towards the mountain. This is where we were playing the game.
Yes.
Except in the game, they made it seem more like a giant-ass war. And made it way harder than what it showed in the movie. So, they're flying. There's this funny back and forth between the dad. I think it's the dad talking. And, yeah, it is the dad. He's the one on the mic.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're Italians and blah blah. It doesn't even sound Italian. He's just like doing his like.
Well, they're peacekeeping.
Yeah, but
mission for the Red Cross
from Italy to blah blah. And somehow Blofeld's like, no, let it slide.
I think it was because of the whoever, I forget, where are they in it? Like that.
I think they're in Switzerland.
The Switzerland Air Force was talking to them. That's what that was, not Blofeld's men. Blofeld was hearing it on the radio. He didn't want them to really know that he was there. Because you saw the airplane come by and then go away.
Oh, I thought Blofeld had airplanes. No. I was like, damn, it doesn't surprise me. Dude's got his own secret base in that, like the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, you would think, but no, I think it was just the Swiss Army or Swiss Air Force.
So they storm the base, right? And it is when you play the game, then you watch the movie. I'm sorry, it makes the movie just seem so anticlimactic because it's just like this small little thing. So they get Tracy. Although there was one part where it kind of seemed like Tracy had turned on Bond, but she didn't.
Right,
doing her thing. And they get to Bond. They're gonna blow the place up. They're like, we gotta fuck this place. We're gonna blow it up. They leave Bond behind. Tracy gets all upset. Her dad knocks her out.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we can't stay. They leave Bond to die, even though they didn't really leave Bond to die. They knew he was gonna escape. So Bond escapes.
So does Blofeld.
And
that's when we get our other third chase scene.
Then there's a third chase scene where they're skiing, and then they get to a bobsled, which is one of the weirdest chases I've ever seen.
Well, this is one thing that I didn't notice when I used to watch them. I didn't notice the Olympic patch like you did.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really paying attention to the henchmen's clothing.
Yeah, obviously this was filmed around the time that they had the Olympics.
Some of them had the Olympics. And how we determined the ones with the actual Olympics
were probably, because they are extras, were probably actual Olympians. Like, hey man, you want to be in a Bond movie?
And they're the best like henchmen / skiers that they had. So that was pretty funny.
So there's this weird bobsled chase scene, and then Blofeld's death scene is one of the funniest fucking. Like, what the fuck?
It's the neck and the tray.
It just shows him jump up, and then it just shows this close up of some. It literally looks like the actor's like, and then he's stuck in between. He's like, okay, so Blofeld's dead. It's getting Bond. You could have gone back up and checked.
Right.
Would have saved you.
It's not. No.
I know. This is what, the ninth film? The one we're watching now?
No. This is the sixth.
How many after that? There's like 19 more?
Well, there's a total of 25.
Yes, so 19 more.
Yeah.
How many times has he fought Blofeld?
5? 4 or 5?
That would have been 5 movies. Just, you wouldn't have had to deal with Blofeld. Because he would have been dead if you had just gone back up and checked him. I think those are a reboot. I don't think they're...
Yeah. We don't know yet. We'll find out with No Time to Die if Rami Malek is, or Rami Malek is Dr. No.
But even then, Blofeld's not really. I don't. It's not.
Blofeld's in there.
He's in there.
He's your favorite actor.
But I know he's not my favorite. He's one of my
favorites.
One
of your favorites.
But they've changed the character to where it's not like the same Blofeld. So I think it's just a.
No, he is similar. I mean, because Inspector shows how he gets his scar, which is funny because this is technically supposed to take place before You Only Live Twice. So it's supposed to be on Her Majesty's Secret Service, You Only Live Twice, and then so on. That's how it was supposed to work, but that's not how it actually worked in the filming aspect.
This is why I couldn't get into it. The storyline and the timelines are too confusing. The continuity is just like terrible. It's odd.
Well, that's why you don't go into it with like actual full-on continuity on some of them.
But that's the point. It's supposed to be the same dude.
It is the same dude.
Then get your shit straight, man.
But anywho, so then there's a wedding with Tracy.
Yeah, Bond actually ties the knot with Tracy. You know, like everything. And then they drive off into the sunset. And everything's happy. Perfect happy ending.
If only. Because obviously we find out Blofeld isn't dead.
Yeah, and yeah. So they're driving all fucking nice, and she's like, "Oh, you should
get me flowers."
My own husband did get me flowers, so he stops the car, grabs the flowers off the side of the car that are on the car, hands them to her. They're talking. They kiss. This car slowly pulls. His car, to mimic the scene from the first part of the movie, his car zips up behind them. You see the window come down.
Well, the first car isn't Blofeld because it's just kids.
Yeah, so it's just the hippies.
Yep.
From probably the same hippies from the beginning. And then this car comes up, and it's Fraulein or whatever her name. She's like driving. Then she pulls up, back window comes down. Blofeld's sitting there with a machine gun, shoots. Bond ducks. They take off, and he thinks everything's fine. He thinks they're like in the clear,
and he wants Tracy to get after him.
Yeah, he's like, all right. He gets in the car. He's like, go after him.
Let's go.
And he looks at her, and she's dead. And that was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty well done scene. That his acting was pretty decent there. Like I was like, man, at that point I was kind of like, man,
yeah.
Everyone was all right.
Everyone wants to know what would have happened if he kept on with it.
So Tracy dies, and then this is where it really got me because like the way he acted was so well done, and the cop pulls up on the motorcycle, and he's like, "No, it's fine. We're okay. We'll be on our way in a second. You know, we're fine. Everything. She's just tired." And then that's where it ends, and I was like, "Damn, man! Like."
Yep.
It's a way to fucking end the movie. Like, what if they didn't get picked up for another movie or another sequel? You know, that's where Bond could have ended forever.
Well, I mean, we had books that we could have read, though. That's luckily, because this
True.
was...
True. I mean, did she die in the book?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, the pacing and everything. The only thing I really just didn't like, and it's not even Lazenby.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Laserby. Wasn't even Lazenby's fault. I don't think it's just the writers.
Well, you have to also take in consideration, like, he never really acted before. He was just a male model.
But it's not that. That's not what bothers me. It's just the way the script was written to make him such a, like, male whore.
Yeah, I mean,
but you didn't have to go that fucking far. You could have had him do the one chick, and she could have snuck to his room the next day, and you could have done the same, you know.
Right.
You didn't have to do it the way you did it. Even then, I mean...
True.
You know... Even then, to make more sense, because Tracy was already down at the bottom of the mountain, you could have literally had her following him and somehow end up as one of the patients.
Right. And I would like to... I kind of want to, like, read the books, too. Like, actually go through all the books. Because I haven't read every single Ian Fleming book. I read The Spy Who Loved Me, which had nothing to do with Bond, ironically. Like, it does mention Bond, but it was mainly in the point of view of a... I think it was a girl spy, if I recall. It's been a while since I read it.
So how did they make a movie of that if it's not?
The beginning of it is... The beginning of The Spy Who Loved Me is pretty much the book. And that's it. like just a mention of how the book was, and that's
so they just completely made a different story.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they've done with throughout most of these.
Gotcha.
But I noticed that you enjoyed it a little bit more than Dr. No.
I did. I mean, it's weird. Like the first half of the movie, like the pacing was great. And then when you get to where you think it's the end of the movie, it's like you're like, oh no, this is only halfway. I'm like, God damn it.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's still like I noticed that you enjoyed it a little bit more, other than him being a little bit more pervy Sage.
That was the only thing I really didn't like about it, man. Like I feel like I wish I would have been in an alternate timeline to see Sean Connery do this script, and maybe like because I think even Sean Connery had been like. It's too much, you know. Like that's they don't need to bang like 3 chicks in one day or whatever.
Yeah. One thing that I would recommend watching too is Becoming James Bond or Becoming Bond. It's a Hulu documentary. It's only on Hulu. You might be able to buy it. I think you can buy it actually. It's actually the story of George Lazenby told by George Lazenby on how he became Bond.
Oh, it's just about him?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's how he became Bond, how he got through it, and stuff like that, and even why he quit and stuff of that.
Does he say if he regrets quitting?
He does. It does go into that, but he kind of does, but he kind of doesn't either, because he has a fulfilled life.
Well, I mean that's great too.
But yeah, so as a non-Bond fan, you enjoyed it better than the first one, right? Or like,
yeah, I mean, like I can understand like timeline wise, like the '60s and stuff. Like the pacing was better. There was more of a solid storyline. Direction wise, you could see where the director knew what he was doing and seemed more confident with what he was trying to accomplish. Whereas Dr. No just kind of, it felt weird.
Right.
It went from like kind of espionage to like thriller espionage to like science fiction comic book.
Right.
Like it went from like
yeah, because
it went from Splinter Cell to Metal Gear, straight into like G.I. Joe Cobra Commander territory. That's like what that it was like.
With a sprinkle of Batman in there.
I like the Batman thing.
You're the one who brought up the Batman thing because of
this
him
one.
being racist.
That's this one. This one, I have to say, like the villain was. You know, I love how over the top Dr. No was.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I did really, really like Blofeld. Like Blofeld was like, you could see why they kept going back to Blofeld as a villain, because that was that's Bond's foil. That's his Joker, the Joker to his Batman. Like
right.
James will try to kill him over and over again, and it won't happen. Bond will try, Bond will always get away. Blofeld will always get away. Bond will never be able to kill him completely. Same thing, back and forth. Bond will always get away. Blofeld will never be able to kill him.
Which obviously you still need to see For Your Eyes Only. But yeah, or was it in The Spy Who Left Me? No, I think it was in For Your Eyes Only.
My only problem is this is the only time this actor also played Blofeld.
Yes, Blofeld changes just as much as, well, not just as much as Bond, because Bond had 6.
There's 4 Blofelds now.
Yeah, there's 4 yeah, so almost, yeah.
I like this dude a lot as Blofeld, you know. I remember, like I said, I remember the more campy one that comes later.
That one, actually, the more campy style, the one that Dr. Evil is more based on, is from You Only Live Twice, which is the last movie that Sean Connery was in before on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh.
And then there's another campy one, which is in Diamonds Are Forever, because that's when you get Blofeld dressed in drag.
Which would have been perfect for Austin Powers. They should have totally done a scene.
I thought they did do a scene of him dressed in drag, didn't they?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, pacing wise better. I think the story is a little bit better written. Even though they were cheesy as hell, it's got the problems that most '60s films had. Like the film, this was common back then. Film the fight scenes slow, then speed them up. Yeah, even Steven Seagal does that, and did that. Even Chuck Norris does that. So I mean, that's kind of where it comes down to. Is the faults are mainly because of the time it was made,
right?
But not all the special effects are bad. You know, the snow scenes are pretty cool. I mean, the ski scenes are pretty cool. They're actually really well done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't mind him as Bond other than the perviness. I still think he's the most perverted Bond, but I think that was more of writer's choice because he was a male model. They're like, we gotta make him a sex symbol.
Right. So with that, I guess that kind of concludes the review. I don't know if we've given like grades or anything, but I guess we could. What would you have given Dr. No as a grade?
As a movie or as a Bond movie?
As a movie.
Okay. Because come back to me when we go through the rest of the Bond stuff that we've watched, and we can do like how do we watch what.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're
as a movie. I'd probably give for the time period. If I was in the '60s, I'd probably have given it a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
It's pretty action packed, pretty well paced. Like I said, very very strong villain.
Mm-hmm.
Very very good henchman sidekick, the Fraulein.
Right.
As far as like a movie now, probably 6 or 7, just because like I said, it's kind of dated now.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I give it about an 8.5 out of 10.
All together, or like
for Dr. No.
Oh, for Dr. No. Oh, was that the one we were talking about?
That was the question I had for you.
Oh, Dr. No, Dr. No, I'm gonna give like a 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna give like a 4.
So for Honor Majesty Secret Service, you give like a 7 or a 6?
I'd give about a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, well, 7 or 8 if I was in the 60s.
Okay.
Because I think back then, that was like mind-blowing. Like, the effects were probably like, wow.
Yeah, I would agree. Probably Honor Majesty Secret Service, I'd give it about an 8.59. Dr. No, personally, I would give about an 8.
I gotta ask you why.
Just because I know if I was, because it's the first Bond movie. That's the main reason.
I get you.
Because that started the whole franchise. Without it, we wouldn't have all the other 25 over 50 plus years of Bond movies.
Is it? I mean, this is the longest running film series, is it?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because even Star Wars now is not even close still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so Honor Majesty Secret Service you liked?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. Like I said,
we're slowly turning them focused.
Perviness aside, I kind of really wish he would have come back for some more. Mm-hmm. Like, I like the way he, like, I don't know, he had this, like, he had this badassery about him for certain scenes, and he did show Bond in a way I'd never seen him. Very, very, like, not compromised, but, like, vulnerable.
Right.
Because when it got to, like, the end scene alone, the death scene of Tracy, was just like, I literally was like, man, no, this isn't how it ends. And I was like waiting for there to be like a revenge scene, and no, that's. And then, that's a way better ending than the whole boat shit. Dr. No. But when he is like escaping from Blofeld's men after the first ski scene, and he sits down on that bench before he sees Tracy, he's like, I'm fucked. Like, right. They're looking for me. They're gonna find me. I don't have the proper outfits for this, like, this terrain. I don't have any money. I have nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. I'm fucked. And he's just sitting there, and you can see it in his eyes. He's like, man, they're going to find me.
Right.
Luckily, Tracy should. If Tracy had not shut up, I mean, like, but that was something I'd never seen Bond. Even in the newer ones, I've never seen Bond like seem like a vulnerable. Like, he becomes human. It like peels back that like mystique, that superhero side of Bond. Like the unkillable, unstoppable, spying machine, and it makes him human. And it's just like, damn, dude. I mean, the guy for his first time acting, this is his first time acting in anything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he did a commercial.
No, I mean, okay. I mean, like an actual acting.
But yes.
His acting chops were pretty solid. Like, I wish he would have continued acting, to be honest. Like, I think he would have.
I really want to show you the documentary.
Well, I mean, I'll watch the documentary. I have no problem watching the documentary. Because, like, now that I know it's all. I thought it was, like, about all the Bonds. So I was going to wait until after this to watch it. Because, becoming Bond, I'm thinking, it's like. Everybody gives their, like, take on how and why they became Bond. And just knowing that it's about him. I kind of want to go back and see it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So another thing that we're going to do, too, is once No Time to Die comes out. We're going to watch that. Since we're watching that, we're going to go in kind of like the reverse order. So we'll be able to touch base on the Timothy Dalton's other movie, whichever movie we don't go. This is Matt brought this up for after.
Oh, to do one more of the other Bonds?
Of each of the other Bonds.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that.
We'll probably do a reverse order, so it would be, since we did No Time to Die, which we Daniel Craig, then we'll go to Pierce Brosnan.
Well, yeah, I have to watch all the Daniel Craig ones.
Okay.
Because if I'm gonna go see that, at least that's new enough to where I can catch up. Because I don't.
Well, you got 4 movies.
I thought this was the 4th. Oh, this is the 5th.
This is his 5th.
Damn. He just needs to go one more.
Well, 2 more, then he would be up with Roger Moore.
Oh.
Roger Moore has 7. Sean Connery has 6.
Oh, Sean Connery has 6? I thought he had 8.
No.
Oh, he's 7.
7 technically with the unofficial Never Say Never Again.
I'm gonna say, and it's funny now that I'm thinking about this. This is probably my second favorite Bond, actually. Like the guy that played Bond. I really do wish this guy had come back.
Yeah, so
because he's pretty badass. Actually,
touch more about like your favorite Bonds and stuff like that once we go through the other.
Well, I'm saying as of right now.
As of right now, I got you. Sean Connery will always be number 1.
Yeah, that's not gonna change. That's not gonna fucking change.
So with that, check this out on Shoot the Reel. I also have it on my main channel, which is Playcon, Playcon, not Kahn. But
need to change that.
I guess I might, but I think someone already has it on YouTube, so go figure. But I do have it on Twitch. But yeah, so check out Shoot the Reel on YouTube as well. This is where the reviews are going to be going up as well. You can check out all the James Bond gameplay that we have on my gaming channel, which is Playcon. This has been Playcon, Matty Violence. So that's it for Honor Majesty Secret Service, and we're actually going to be doing the randomizer right now. Then I'll show you I'll cut in the randomizer just so you know that we actually did one into this.
So now we're on Roger Moore now.
Roger Moore is next. Yes.
Ooh, please be a good one because I know he has some good ones.
He's got 7, so we'll see. All right. Farewell.